Hey guys, Dax here with another 5 minute market update. Okay, what has happened recently is BTC, we swept the range high here and we had the daily sell candle entry with this pin bar after the SFP, and we've had about a 10% pullback since then. So if the market is really bullish, we should sort of find support somewhere in this area. The other notable thing as well is we did break out from the down trend resistance from from the all-time high from the end of November 2021, right? So that downtrend level is quite an interesting level to be watching because it is on the log chart. So it's very important that we've broken out from that now. And now we need to see how price action reacts to that. So if we are bullish, we're going to sort of copy the 2019 rally all the way up to, 40 or 48K. I wouldn't expect to see this pullback go for too much longer. Now, the area I sort of really want to see price hold, and I don't want to see it go below, would be pretty much 2,800. That, I think, level, if we can hold on to that level, which is a cluster of a lot of different demand zones. So we've got a bullish order block here, pretty much on the daily time frame, and then we've got two weekly order blocks which are overlapping, right? So we've got the weekly order block here, and then also the one from basically 20th of June as well. So all in that area, they're all overlapping. That would be about another 5% of a pullback, and usually you see between 10 to usually 20% pullbacks if the trend is quite strong and we are going to end up breaking out to the upside. Now, I want to see for continuation upside, I want to see a weekly close get above this level here, which would be 24K. So to trigger sort of that breakout trade and looking at for a push up to 30K, I would want to see a close above this 24,300 level on the weekly time frame, right? So our last weekly time frame close, which just happened this morning, closed actually below the weekly support level. So we're under that level. And the next weekly support is down at, well, you guessed it, 20,900, right? So I'm pretty sure there's a decent chance, if this isn't the bottom right now, which I'm unsure about and is probably unlikely, I think we could definitely come back in, and I would like to be a buyer around that sort of level, 20, basically 2,600, 2,800, I think is a really good level. So that's 20,800 is the level I'm watching for, right? It could just continue to chop sideways a little bit here, and then we get a rally, form some sort of shape, maybe even you get some sort of divergence on the low time frame, and then we get the rally above that. So if it does hold through here, I do want to put on a little bit of risk. I did take some on Ethereum just before this really nice 4-hour pin bar off the range lows here, and it's also the 382 level, which is the yellow dotted line from this last previous move, this rally up from the bottom to the buying climax, right? So I'm watching that in case we have some sort of a swing on the low time frames here, but I am sort of expecting this most likely to just play out as a bear flag, get rejected from this 4-hour order block here, and we sort of roll over with BTC just to make the new low and then push. So if we do that and the market is bullish, we should reclaim this level at some point. So if we don't get our perfect entry here at the bottom, like there's no nice pin bar, something that looks like this into the 618 level. If we don't get something like that, it's sort of, we miss it for whatever reason, the next entry will be a reclaim of this 1,500 level. So that's sort of what I'm looking for at the moment on BTC and on Ethereum. So altcoins are just going to follow. Litecoin, I'm looking for a move eventually up to $160, but we'll have to see how that ends up playing out, and it's just going to follow the rest of the market. Alluvium had a really big pullback also, so I'm keeping my eyes on that at the moment, because this has been a really nice move that we caught. Pretty much had a 75% move and then a pullback now to pretty much the 72 level. It could also have one more swing low, either back down to 68 or 61 and then push again. But at the moment, it's sort of holding this level here. So if it can hold these levels here, there's a bit more bullish structure and find its way to push higher, I would be a little bit more confident in it. For the rest of the move up. I don't want to see it come below this sort of demand area through here. So I don't want to really see it come much below 66. The most important thing at the moment, though, we need to talk about is inflation, and core CPE is coming out. So it's going to be Wednesday at 12:30 a.m. So that's basically Tuesday night at midnight. 12:30 pretty much will be the CPI data being released. And if it's coming in hot, we're going to obviously see a really big pullback in markets like SPX, and that's going to lead to a sell-off in crypto and everything else all across the board. So we did just have a break of this downtrend level through here, and now we're sort of seeing a little bit of a rollover potential setup coming in. But obviously, that's all going to come down to the first movement that we have here on the Monday, but ultimately it's going to come down to if CPI comes in hot or if it comes in under, right? So probably one of the most important things to watch out for, apart from Dogecoin here, which is a really nice support and resistance level. I was going to come back to that later, but the important thing to watch out for here is our rates, which if we have a look at the 10-year, is looking quite bullish at the moment, right? So we could be seeing some insiders front run on the 10-year and the 2-year, because these look like falling wedges that are breaking out at the moment, right? So maybe there's some people who have some insider information about CPI. Canada's CPI was also pretty high the other day as well. So it could be a little bit of a red herring. The other thing as well, which makes it almost impossible to pick this CPI if it's going to be coming in hot or not, is that they basically just adjusted the way they're measuring CPI, and it's only off the data from one year now instead of data off 2 years. So it's actually going to make it easier for them to get it in lower for this CPI event. And this CPI event that's happening tomorrow night is going to be the first one under the new system of only using 1 year data historically to back check against. So it is going to make it easier for them to bring CPI in lower. So maybe it comes in lower anyway, even though it should come in hotter. So it's almost impossible to pick. We're just going to have to try and react after the release comes out and put positions on over the next day or two. But we should get some good momentum after this CPI event for the next 2 weeks at least, leading into FOMC. Okay, thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. Hopefully that helps. If you like this video, please leave us a like and subscribe or share it with your friends. Cheers.